your time here so far?
Yeah, I mean, it was like every time we went out there, similar to Kansas, like we just have a sense of confidence about us that we're going to find a way to just continue to convert and move the chains and, find a way to put points on the board. The first half was very fun and we were moving the ball at will, it seemed like. And then they came out in the second half and made a ton of adjustments. And obviously it's kind of that fine line where you're trying to manage the clock and all that stuff that goes into it. But, we ended up finding a way to pull it out and that's a massive win.
How about the feeling before you throw to Goody and things are getting kind of tight there, then that opens up the game and you're able to breathe a little bit?
Yeah, we had, a little bit of adversity going against us, just with everything going on. And then, finally to hit a big one and kind of open it back up was a really good feeling. So the feeling was definitely better after, Goody crossed the point for sure.
Did you finally overthrow it?
Yeah, I did. I got on to him on the sideline too. Look, he was kind of jogging early on. I got on there and I said, Goody, that's just never supposed to happen. I'm never supposed to be able to overthrow you. So I gave him a hard time about it. And, luckily we got it back later in the game.
I asked Caleb this, but what were the conversations and communication like from you on the sideline during that second half when you're coming off such a high-powered first half? What are you telling the guys to stay up?
We just got to find a way to, get back to our first half mentality because obviously there was some stuff going against us. You had the option fumble. That's just, out of character for us, as a team. We pride ourselves on not turning the ball over and, that's the type of stuff that, we know that we can't have. Right after like mistakes like that and, just 3 and outs, whatever it may be, we just got to, lock it back in and find a way to get a drive going with points on the board.
Brendan, on one of the opening drives when Tawi runs that guy over, you kind of turned to the student section and pumped him up a little bit. Just your thoughts on Tawi running that guy over, and then what's your thought on the environment this afternoon?
The environment was great, much needed. I think it was a huge factor in this win. And then, that was an unbelievable truck. One of the best, probably the best I've ever seen. It was unbelievable. So props to Tawi for sure.
Brendan, last year you guys lost a lot of tough games. It's felt like this week and last week were 2 games that you guys would have likely lost last season. What's different about this year?
Just the culture is, 100% established, it seems like. We believe in each other to go make the plays. We believe in, each unit out there to pick each other up if one of them is struggling. And then, I think just the leadership just across the team. It doesn't have to just be the captains. It can literally be anybody on the team. And, we trust each other wholeheartedly and, we're willing to go out there and do whatever it takes to win.
A big part of composure, obviously, Brendan, a big part of winning is composure, I should say. When those penalties happen, and it looked like I think you had 3 first downs called back in 5 snaps, how did you guys manage to keep your